Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I will be reviewing the Grand Harvest 25-in-1 multi-tool. It's supposed to be a affordable, feature-packed multi-tool, and after spending some time with it, I've got a lot to say about it. And so in today's video, I'll walk you through the full specs, go through every one of the tools that are in here, and give you my honest pros and cons after using this for a couple weeks now. So let's go over some of the specs. The Grand Harvest multi-tool is made from stainless steel, which gives it durability, corrosion resistance, and overall a solid feel. But what really caught my attention was the dark brushed metal look, and honestly I think it looks really nice, beautiful, and it gives it a more premium feel and look than what the price would suggest. And again, I got this for around $35 on Amazon. So when folded, the tool measures 4.1 inches long, 1.7 inches wide, and 0.9 inches thick. It feels compact, but does have a little heft to it. It weighs 10.2 ounces or around 289 grams. So it's definitely not one of the ultralight multi-tool, but it does feel sturdy and feels like it could handle a day's work. Out of the box, it does come with this sheath. It's a Velcro sheath. Big logo on the front. A little button clip on the back side here. Belt clip right there. And it also comes with this set of driver bit with an adapter. It comes with a spring-loaded needle nose plier, ideal for grabbing tiny parts. The end comes together pretty well here. I really like the spring-loaded feel. It makes use of this with one hand pretty nice and easy. We also have the standard plier right here. Okay. And then we have a set of removable wire cutters. The soft part of the wire cutter is right up here, and the hard wire cutter is right there where that little notch is at. So let's go to the external implements. First we have the straight edge knife, supposed to be Damascus design. It comes pretty sharp out of the box. Has a liner lock right here. Good feel to it. On this side, we have the scissors. Pretty big, decent sized scissors here. Everything has a little liner lock, at least on these external tools. And right here, there's a file, but as you can see, it's blocked by this hexagon wrench set. So we have enough for 7, 8, 10, and 14 wrench size. So 7, 8, 10, and 14. You can see it right there. And you prop it open like that. Use it as a hexagon wrench. This is a luminous strip on both sides, glow in the dark. Here we have the file. One side's the file, not diamond coated, metal cross cut, and at the tip here, this is the large screwdriver, 7 millimeters. And on this side is the ruler. We have centimeters here and then inches here. It's a little weird, but because it doesn't start over here right at the very tip. So, that's a little odd. So if you wanted to measure something, you'd have to put it up against the little markings here and then measure it like that instead of just putting it up against the item itself. Okay, liner lock again. On this side, we have the saw. Okay, pretty useful. No movement. One thing I found weird about this is that this design is, if you look here, it almost looks like they could have extended the blade length of the saw and the file all the way over here to the very edge of this. I don't see what would have prevented them from making the saw blade longer, and I would have liked that. Okay, just to have a longer blade on the saw and the file, make it a little bit more useful. Okay, instead of stopping it right there, kind of like on this side, you can see the straight edge blade goes all the way over here, and the scissor goes all the way over here. On the inside, internal implements, we have, let's start on this side. On the inside, let's start over here on this side. Pop it open like that. And then over here, we have the serrated blade. Okay, nice and sharp. We have the bottle opener right here with a 5mm tip, screwdriver tip. Right here, we have a can opener with a 3mm screwdriver tip. And this part right here is the wire stripper. Okay, right there on the can opener. And here we have the rope cutter, seatbelt cutter, the multi-purpose cutter, and pocket clip. I guess they count this as one of the tools too. Okay, so that's on this side. Let's go to this side over here. This side, between the two, this side is easier to open. I think the notch here makes it easier to lift out compared to this side. Really small little notches here, so I have to stick my pinky in here and pull the implements out and then go like that. So I like it more on this side where the notch is bigger. But anyways, on this side we have our awl and a Phillips screwdriver, a box opener, okay, flat, and then just has this little sharp edge here. So let me show you on this Phillips screwdriver. This is where you attach this adapter. So let's go like that. You take this adapter for the bits. There's a square or rectangular section in there. Just put it here, and then you have a total of 11 different bits here, and then you can just use it like that. And this part is magnetic right here. You can hear it snap into place. So let's go to the pros. What do I like about this tool? Well, I think there's a lot to like about this multi-tool. The best thing I like about it is the spring-loaded pliers. It just feels excellent. It's really smooth to operate, especially with one hand. The bit driver that's magnetic, that holds pretty tight too. And coupled with all these bits, it makes this multi-tool pretty useful, and it just increases the ability of it. I think that the main blade, okay, the main blade looks nice. It's sharp, okay. It locks. There's no wiggle to it. In addition to that, I like the scissors too. I think that it's a large functional scissors. And honestly, for $35, this is not too bad. But one of the main things that I really like about this is the brushed metal color. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm going to keep this tool, is because I just like the way it looks. It just gives it a more premium look to the whole tool. What do I not like about it? Again, I talked about the saw. So the file and the saw, again, for some reason was made short. Okay, so right there and here, they should have made it longer. And another thing I don't like is the aggressiveness of this file. It's not that aggressive. And so I think it could be a little more aggressive so that it could be more useful. Another thing that I didn't like too much is the design of this little lever here. It's really hard to pick out the implements that I want. I have to stick my finger up in that area to pull it out. And the last thing that I have a gripe with is the way that this tool comes together. Okay, there's quite a bit of wiggle to it. You could see it here. This I guess I don't mind too much, but what I don't like is the way when I grip the multi-tool, it slides like that. And then I also don't like this sheath. You know, I think it's really big and bulky. I know they designed it so that it would fit this piece, but overall it just feels kind of low quality. And again, I don't know. I think that this slot right here is too wide, too big this way. So when I slip this in my belt and I'm trying to pull the tool out, imagine this, and I'm trying to pull it out, this whole thing slides up and down like crazy, and that's just kind of an annoyance when I'm trying to wear it as a belt holster or a sheath. So I don't really like this sheath right here. I guess the last thing, I'm not too fond of this big branding right here. I don't really feel too crazy about wearing this on my belt and showing it off like this. It just seems a little odd. So what is my final verdict on this? I think that the Grand Harvest 25-in-1 multi-tool does offer some pretty good value. It's got some key functions that you want. The main one being the spring-loaded pliers, the scissors, and the straight Damascus knife here, along with the adapter and the 11 bit drivers here. Although there's some little rough edges to the internal tools and there's some flex in the grip here. Overall, I think that this is a good value at $35. But if you're looking for a nice spring-assisted multi-tool, this Grand Harvest 25-in-1 multi-tool is not a bad buy. Alright guys, so it looks like I'm going to be keeping this multi-tool in my multi-tool collection. And I will see you guys again in the next one.